Our first story this week is on a topic that you rarely see in the news. That's because unless it's about a public figure, suicide is not considered newsworthy. Not because it's not important, but because the old school belief was that it could give someone the idea. But in recent years, research has shown that's no longer the case, and that we as a society should most definitely be talking about it. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
He was the largest baby I had, 8 pounds, 3 ounces.
With 6 kids, Mary and Wesley Simpson would describe Hayden as that kid that was as close to perfect as possible.
This one was the most mild-mannered, the most even-keeled, and the one I was closest to.
Always nice, giving, friendly, sharing, even as a kid.
Hayden loved football, loved music, loved animals, loved his family and his friends, and enjoyed making fun, silly videos like many other 18-year-olds.
There was no indications. That's what was scary. I didn't realize I was living in a bubble until January 20th, 2021.
That was the day Hayden decided to end his time here on Earth.
And when I say shock, I don't mean about death. The shock that I didn't know. That's the shock. The kid that I knew so well, the kid that I spent so much time with, that I hunted with, that I played video games with, that I spoke to about all kinds of stuff, that just the hours and hours and hours of a relationship, the shock that he had done that. You know, that he was gone, that he'd made that choice.
The Simpsons say their faith, as well as the outpouring of love from their community, are what have helped them survive this overwhelming time of devastation.
That's probably where God's hand has played the largest role. It's in the support that we've received from the community, from our church, our work, both of our places of work, the people we interact with daily. I don't know where we would be without that. I'll just be honest with you. I don't know where we would be as a family and as individuals without all the support and the love and the prayers. That's how we survived.
I feel like God is using me in this piece of share your story, help someone else.
And that's exactly what they've been doing ever since.
Talking, having conversations, wearing a t-shirt that says it's okay not to be okay, being open. He didn't just die, he's saving other ones. That's what, pain into purpose. We're turning our pain into purpose of saving others. So what if the Haydens of the world's driving down the road, see a license plate, go grocery shopping or go to your local shop, you see a shirt, those little messages, maybe that could be, hey, I'm not alone, I can call this number. I can text this number. Let me ask for help. Let me just tell one person. That's all it takes, is that one person. And it's just be a game changer, life changer.
I firmly believe that open talk about this issue is what starts the process of getting someone the help they need.
The principal at Greenbrier High School is also trying to turn this tragedy into hope by offering suicide prevention training for staff and students.
That gives them just to feel equipped with knowing what to look for someone who might be considering suicide, but also knowing the right questions to ask, knowing to say, if they're giving some indications that they're thinking about suicide, to say, are you thinking about suicide? Just open that door for that open talk. And from that, we've trained around 100 students, and about 50 staff members, but a few of our students who have been trained have come to administrators and said, hey, this student, I've talked to them and I think they may be in crisis, and we've been able to, help that student.
The school even started a student club called Lifesavers. It's all about raising awareness and identifying the struggling students before the worst can happen.
There wasn't a sense of urgency until we really had a tragedy, and that's not the way we need to respond as schools. So I encourage anyone to put a support system in place to where you're focusing on the mental health needs of students and staff members, and that you are equipping people within the community, not just the administrators, not just the counselors, but actual students, because students won't talk to students.
The Simpsons say their goal is to help remove the stigma that surrounds suicide and share the message that it's okay to not be okay.
No one takes a picture of the meal they burnt. They take a picture of the perfect steak on the grill. But there's a few that the dog ate. So, part of it is that's okay to drop the steak, to burn it, to have a bad day, to say you need help, to say you think you may have a mental health issue. It has to be okay to say that. And it has to be okay to act on that and not be judged so harshly. I think that's what's most important.
I think the kids just nowadays, they don't realize they have other options. It's life or death literally when you're 18. And you have to make sure we are having those hard conversations with the kids. We had no clue. And that was our scared, like, oh my gosh, if this can happen to us. This could happen to anybody. Let's get the word out. What can we do? How can we make a difference? I never want anyone to feel so alone that they don't have anyone to talk to. There's always someone to talk to and reach out and express how you're feeling.
If you've been impacted somehow by suicide, or even if you haven't, please share this story to help get the word out about awareness and prevention. And if you'd like to buy one of the t-shirts shown in this story, we'll add a link to do so. All proceeds go to the Hayden Simpson Fund, which supports suicide prevention programs at Greenbrier High School. And there are several resources out there that can help. And these are not only for those who are struggling with mental health. If you're worried about a friend or a family member, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. There's also a crisis text line. Just text HELLO to 741-741. These resources are free, available 24/7, and confidential.